Hey, it's Ryan, and I know that for a lot of beginners, when you first are starting to learn how to play modern worship music on the piano, it can feel like that in order to sound good, you have to play a lot of notes. And today I'm going to show you that that simply is not the case. I'm going to show you the song 10,000 Reasons Bless the Lord by Matt Redman, and I'm going to show it to you using the three-note piano system. And that's a way to play music, modern worship music on the piano using only three notes at a time. It's really simple, really easy, but it sounds great. So if you're a beginner and that sounds good to you, that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then keep watching. We're going to do that right now. 10,000 Reasons, Bless the Lord by Matt Redman. Great worship song, great modern hymn, and we are going to use the three-note worship piano system. Let's take a look at that. What do I mean by that? What is the three-note worship piano system? Well, first of all, the left hand through the entire thing is going to be playing one note at a time, and that note is going to be either the root note of the chord or the note that is under the slash in a slash chord. And let me show you what I mean by that. The root note is the note that the chord is named after. So here are some examples. So let's say the chord is a C chord or a C major chord. The left-hand note is going to be playing the root note of C major, which is a C. So the root note is the note that the chord is named after. C major chord named after a C note. Let's look at the next one below that, E minor. Whenever you see a lowercase m like that, it means it's a minor chord. So an E minor chord, the note that E minor is named after is E. So an E is going to be the root note of E minor. Now below that we have a slash chord. We have a D slash F sharp chord. And the way you want to think about these is you want to think of it not so much that it's next to each other like D slash F sharp, but think of it as like a fraction, like a D with a slash under the D and an F sharp underneath that. That's really a better way to think about these slash chords, is like a fraction, one on top of the other, a D on top of an F sharp. And that will help you remember that the F sharp is the lowest note in that fraction, D slash F sharp. So the F sharp is actually what the left hand is going to be playing in that case. And remember, a sharp raises a note one half step up to the right. So if I have an F chord, an F note here, an F sharp would be raised one half step up to the right there. So there's our F sharp. So a D slash F sharp, we're going to be playing an F sharp note in the left hand. So this whole time, the left hand is just playing one note at a time. It's either going to be just the root note of the chord, or if it's a slash chord, it's the note that's underneath the slash, or sometimes it looks like it's the note to the right of the slash, like we have here. The right hand is only going to be playing two notes the entire time, and it's going to be the same two notes. I know that sounds pretty amazing. Typically when you're playing chords, you're changing notes all the time, but right now, this easy way, this three-note system, your right hand is only playing two notes, and it's going to be the same two notes the entire time. What you do is you find the major scale of whatever key you're in. So in this case, 10,000 Reasons is in the key of G. So you find the G major scale, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G, and then you play the notes, the first note and the fifth note of that scale. Scale steps 1 and 5, which just means the first note and the fifth note of that major scale. So I'm going to be playing a G and a D. I think I'm going to play them up here actually for this song, but I'm just going to be playing a G and a D with my right hand the entire time. That's all I'm going to do. Let's talk about the rhythm a little bit. 10,000 Reasons, the time signature of 10,000 Reasons is 4/4. And the big thing you want to learn from that is there are going to be 4 counts or 4 beats per measure. The whole song is divided up into 4 beat groupings. And the right hand is going to be playing once every beat. So if we count the song 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then the right hand is just playing one time for each of those counts like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. just like that. And I will be using the pedal, the sustain pedal, while I play this. And essentially, I'm just going to be putting the pedal down every time I change a chord, and then every time I change a chord, I'm going to be just lifting up and putting it back down again. Now, you don't have to play this with the pedal, but just so you know, that's what I'm going to be doing. And in fact, if you'd like me to do a video on how to use the pedal while playing modern worship songs, please leave a comment and let me know that would be helpful to you. All right, let's take a look at the intro here. Some recordings of the song don't have an intro and some do, so I just thought I would include the intro. It's really just the chords from the first couple lines of the verse, but we'll just go ahead and play through them here. And I also want to mention that throughout most of this song, the left hand will be changing notes every 2 counts. So if we start on a C, it'll just be 1, 2, and then G, 1, 2, F sharp, 1, 2, E, 1, 2. So most of the song will be like that. There are a few exceptions to that rule, and we will cover those as we get there. So my right hand is on G and D like we talked about. My left hand is going to be playing a C, and it doesn't exactly matter which C you choose, if you want to play a lower C or a higher C or even way up here. Typically, the lower you play, the louder and more powerful it will be, and the higher you play, the softer and more intimate it will sound. And so depending on what effect you want to have, you want to play somewhere in there, either low or medium or high. Typically, I'll start somewhere in the middle and then maybe go low when it needs to be a big chorus, that sort of thing. So here we go, the intro, starting with G and D in the right hand, C in my left hand. It's just going to go like this. 1, 2. Ready, play. 1, 2, and then I go to G, 1, 2, and F sharp, 1, 2, down to E, 1, 2, back up to C, 1, 2, G, 1, 2, and now a D, 1, 2, and then another D, 1, 2. So that's how the intro goes. It's just like the first couple lines of the verse, of the chorus, So here is the chorus, bless the Lord. So once again, you'll watch my left hand. I'm just going to be playing the note name that the chord is named after, except for those D/F sharps. I'll be playing an F sharp, and towards the bottom you'll see a C/G. I'll be playing a G on the bottom there. All right, here we go. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. And then a D, sing like never before, E minor. Oh my soul, I'll worship your holy name. So a lot of G's there. We have a C/G and then a G and then a C/G and then a G. Now, if you're just playing by yourself, you can modify this a little bit. You might want to play the C instead of the G. If it's a C/G, that could be one modification you could make to this. Sometimes these rules that we have with how to play these things aren't always hard and fast. So I might, if I'm just playing by myself on the piano, I might play something like this very last line. I'll worship your holy name. I might go to the C name and then the G. And now back to the C. And then back to the G. I'm sorry, I know I just set a rule where you play the note that's below the slash in the left hand, but this shows you that every once in a while, even that rule kind of gets broken a little bit. So let's take a look now at verse 1. Once again, I'm just playing G and D with my right hand. I'm just playing it once every beat. And the left hand, I'm going to be playing the notes that are the root notes of those chords. And the chords are written on this chord chart above the words that I'm singing. So when I say the sun is when I play the C chord. You see it's written above that. Comes up, and then on up, you play the G chord. That's how a chord chart works. And I know sometimes that can be confusing when you first see this. It looks very different than music notation or maybe some other things you've seen. So that's how this works. You just read those words and you play the notes, the chords that are written above the word. That's when you change to that chord. Let me demonstrate here. The sun comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4. The sun comes up. It's a new day dawning. It's time to sing your song again. Okay, now you might have noticed that E minor on the third line, whatever may pass and whatever lies before, right on for me, that E minor is an exception to the rule. So instead of holding that note for 2 counts, we're going to be holding that E minor chord for 4 counts, So, and that will happen at every verse. The third line, there's an E minor at the end of the line, and we're going to hold it for 4 counts. So let me play those last 2 lines again, and I'll show you, starting with whatever may pass. Whatever may pass, and whatever lies before. 2, 3, 4. Let me be singing when the evening comes. And that's the thing about chord charts, worship chord charts, is you really have to know the song in order to really know how to play from a chord chart. So I would recommend listening to this song a few times. We're doing it in the original key, in the key of G, so you should be able to play along with the recording once you are familiar with how to play it. But listen to it a few times, sing it to yourself a few times, really get to know kind of how it feels and how the melody goes and how the chords change. And then give it a try. Try to play along with it. See if that works. And sometimes that can be too difficult at first, and you'll want to practice it a few times and then try to play along with the recording. But definitely you can try to play along with the recording with these chord changes. And this style of playing, this 3-note system, it's not going to be the only way you will want to learn how to play worship music on the piano. You won't want to play every single song like this all the way through the song forever and ever. But this is one tool that you can use that is easy to learn, and it sounds great, and it's really great if you're a beginner. But you will want to eventually kind of take your learning to the next level and really learn how to play these chords, really learn what notes go into a C chord, what notes are in a G chord or in an E minor chord. And I have a free resource I'd like to give you today that will help you learn what notes go into those chords. It will allow you to take your playing to the next level. And that is called the Quick Start Chord Guide. And it is a free PDF download that has step-by-step instructions for how to play the most common types of chords that you'll find in music. And you can find that at mccarthymusicschool.com/guide completely for free. And it will just has those step-by-step instructions that you'll be able to learn what a major chord is, what a minor chord is, what a 7th chord is. The 5 most common types of chords, I teach you how to play those in this free download. So if you're still learning how to play chords, or you're a little confused about how to play chords on the piano, how to make chords out of all the notes on the piano, go get this guide. It will help you learn how to play chords and take your playing to the next level. But meanwhile, learn how to do this 3-chord trick. It's really helpful. It can give you a lot of momentum and make playing a little bit more fun, a little bit more easy, especially at the start of your playing journey. So now let's go back to the chorus after verse 1. Here's Bless the Lord. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before. Oh my soul, I'll worship Your holy name. Here I'm playing that C chord down to a G. All right, here's verse 2, You're rich in love, and we're going to take this to the next level. Instead of just playing 1 note at a time in the left hand, let's play 2 notes. So instead of just 1 C, I'm going to play 2 octaves worth of Cs. And then at the G, instead of just 1 G, I'm going to play 2 Gs. That'll kind of beef up the sound a little bit and help the song grow and be a little bit more interesting on verse 2. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're rich in love and you're slow to anger. Your name is great and your heart is kind. For all your goodness I will keep on singing. 3, 4, C. 10,000 reasons for my heart to find, to mention that one too. So at the end of the verse, on the fourth line of the verse, there's a G chord, and that also gets 4 counts. Forgive me for not mentioning that on the first verse. So that heart to find, right on find, there's a G chord, and that also is going to be worth 4 counts. Let me play that last line, 10,000 reasons. 10,000 reasons for my heart to 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the C/G, and then the G. All right. Now, for this next chorus, what we're going to do, instead of just playing G and D here, I'm also going to add a D with my thumb. So I'm still just playing 2 notes, but one of the notes I'm playing 2 copies of it, if you will. So G and D, like we've been doing, but now I'm going to add my thumb on D here. So thumb on D, index finger on G, pinky on G up there. Still 2 octaves worth of bass notes. Let's try it. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Oh, my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before. Oh, my soul, I'll worship Your holy name. C and then G. Now, for verse 3, we're going to bring it down again in terms of energy. We're just going to go back to 2 notes in the right hand, 1 note in the left hand. We're going to play through this. Here we go. And on that day when my strength is failing, the end draws near and my time has come, still my soul will sing Your praise unending. 3, 4, C, 10,000 years and then forever. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. And C over G, and then G again. All right, final chorus. Back to the 3-note pattern here. In fact, let's do a slightly different 3-note pattern. Let's do G, D, and then G. So now we're adding a G on top. So G, D, and G. Left hand bass notes. Here we go. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Oh, my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before. Oh, my soul, I'll worship Your holy name. All right, so final chorus, we're going to go to E minor. Name 2, 3, 4. I'll worship Your holy name. 2, 3, 4. I'll worship Your holy name. Yeah, so this is a really easy and great way to get going with playing worship music, only 3 notes at a time, and you can expound a little bit on that. You can embellish that a little bit like I showed you, but really you just need 3 notes at a time. It sounds great. And then if you want to take your playing to the next level, what you want to do is go get the Quick Start Chord Guide, that free PDF download, totally free, and it will teach you how to play those chords so that you can really take your playing to the next level. So go get that at mccarthymusicschool.com/guide. Otherwise, thanks for watching today, guys. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I will see you at the next video.